You ever notice how the world mocks the people who stand for something real? A woman who prays, she's judged. A woman who covers, she's oppressed. A woman who carries faith, she's outdated. But here's the truth, maybe they're not weak. Maybe they're the strongest of us all, and maybe the real question isn't about them at all. Maybe it's about you. What do you stand for? You ever notice how people talk about women like they're fragile, like they're glass, like they'll break if life throws too much at them? But then you look closer, you look deeper, and you realize women are carrying entire civilizations on their backs. Muslim women, Christian women, doesn't matter what label you throw on it. The truth is, these women carry faith, culture, discipline, family, and still walk through a world that constantly tries to tell them they're not enough, not free enough, not bold enough, not modern enough. And I'm sitting here thinking, who gets to decide that? Who sets the standard for strength? Is it society? Is it media? Is it some made-up measuring stick about what freedom should look like? Or is it the actual lived reality of a woman who chooses her path, holds her values, and doesn't bend for every passing trend? Because here's the thing, discipline looks like oppression to the undisciplined. A woman who wears her faith, whether it's the cross or the hijab, is instantly judged by people who don't have the guts to carry any kind of weight themselves. And that's the part that blows my mind. People talk like freedom is about doing whatever you want, whenever you want, but maybe real freedom is the opposite. Maybe real freedom is mastery over yourself, your impulses, your distractions, your desires. And who the hell lives that out more than a woman who chooses discipline over chaos, who says no when the world screams yes, who chooses structure when the world is chasing easy comfort? I mean, think about it. A Muslim woman who wakes up before dawn, washing, preparing herself, standing in prayer when the world is still sleeping. A Christian woman who carries a cross around her neck, not as jewelry, but as a reminder of suffering, sacrifice, redemption. That's not weakness, that's not blind tradition, that's a declaration. That's a war cry, silent but heavy. That's someone saying, I belong to something bigger than me, and in a world obsessed with self, obsessed with me. Me, that's revolutionary. That's rebellion at its purest form. But people don't want to hear that. They'd rather tell stories about oppression, about old rules, about outdated traditions. And yeah, sure, sometimes culture twists faith into chains. That's real, but don't confuse faith with control. Don't confuse choice with coercion. The woman who chooses her path, whether she's walking into a mosque or a church, covering herself or uncovering herself, kneeling in prayer or standing in worship, that woman has more power than most men who talk about freedom, but can't even put their phone down for 5 minutes. That's what no one wants to admit. Discipline scares people. Devotion scares people, because it forces them to look at their own lack of commitment, their own addiction to comfort, their own inability to stand for anything real. And let's not sugarcoat it. Life will break you, pain will come, fear will eat at you, loss will happen, that's guaranteed. And when it does, you better have something deeper than likes on a screen or trends in your feed to hold on to. You better have roots. And that's what I see in these women, roots, steel running through their veins, the kind of strength you can't fake, the kind of strength that doesn't need a hashtag or applause. And the irony, the louder the world mocks them, the stronger they get, because every insult becomes fuel, every stereotype becomes another layer of armor. That's not weakness, that's resilience, that's survival turned into art. Now let's zoom out. Ask yourself, what do you stand for, seriously? Strip away the noise, strip away the trends, strip away what people told you to care about. What do you actually believe in so deeply that you would change your life for it? What do you believe in so much that you'd be willing to look different, stand out, be judged, be misunderstood, and still hold your ground? Most people don't have an answer. That's why they hate those who do. That's why they laugh at the woman who bows in prayer. That's why they mock the woman who wears a cross. It's not that they're blind, it's that they're jealous. They see a kind of strength they can't imagine carrying themselves. And yeah, let's be real. It's not easy. It's not all peace and flowers. For every woman who stands firm, there are nights of doubt, tears, questions, moments of wanting to give up. You think faith makes life easier? Hell no. Faith makes life heavier, but it also gives you shoulders broad enough to carry it. And that's the paradox. The weight becomes the strength. The struggle becomes the identity. The pain becomes the path. That's why you can't fake it. That's why you can't buy it. You can't put discipline in your Amazon cart. You can't download devotion on your phone. You earn it every single day through choices nobody sees. And look, maybe you're listening to this and you're not religious. Maybe you don't believe in God at all. Fine, but you can't deny the principle. You can't deny the raw power of someone who commits, who sacrifices, who says, I choose this, and lives it. Because the truth is, without something bigger than you, you'll collapse under the weight of life. You'll chase pleasure, you'll chase status, you'll chase comfort, and still feel empty. Look around people with money, fame, everything they wanted, still miserable. Why? Because they mastered the outside world but never mastered themselves. They had the world in their hands but no anchor in their soul. That's what faith gives you. Doesn't matter the label. Doesn't matter if it's a mosque or a cathedral. The principle is the same, anchor. Discipline, meaning, and when I look at women of faith, I see it embodied, not in theory, in reality, because society doesn't reward them for it. Society doesn't clap. So when they choose it anyway, it's pure. It's raw, it's unfiltered conviction. But let me flip this back on you. What chains are you carrying? What distractions are running your life? Where are you weak when you should be strong? Because you can admire someone else's discipline all day, but until you build your own, it's just noise. Stop hiding behind comfort. Stop telling yourself you'll change when it's easier. It will never be easier. The pain doesn't wait. The fear doesn't wait. So why the hell are you? Look at those women, Muslim, Christian, whatever label you want, and take the lesson. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You need conviction. You need the courage to live it. And here's the challenge. Start small. Build one habit you don't negotiate with. Wake up earlier. Put your phone down. Pray, meditate, whatever centers you. Cover yourself in discipline like armor. Do it every day. And when people laugh, when they mock, when they call you old-fashioned, when they say you're brainwashed, let them talk. Because here's the secret, the loudest critics are usually the weakest warriors. They're yelling because they can't stand the silence of their own emptiness. So choose the weight, choose the path. Choose the pain that builds instead of the comfort that kills. That's the lesson I take from looking at women who live their faith with steel in their spine. That's the lesson I think we all need right now. Not more comfort, not more trends, not more noise, more discipline, more truth, more courage. And I'll end it with this: stop waiting for life to get easier. It won't. Stop waiting for the world to clap for you. It won't. Stop waiting for approval before you stand for something real. Because the only applause you actually need is the one you hear in your own soul when you know you didn't fold, when you know you didn't quit, when you know you carried the weight and came out stronger. That's freedom, that's power, that's life. And maybe you're still sitting there thinking, yeah, that all sounds good, but I don't know if I've got that in me. And let me tell you something real, you do. You've just buried it under years of comfort, years of excuses, years of numbing yourself with distractions. But it's there. That fire, that grit, that raw spirit that refuses to bend, it's in you. You know how I know. Because every single human being has it. You think the women who stand tall in their faith were born fearless. No, they were tested, they were broken, they were doubted, and still they rose, they built themselves out of struggle. And so can you, but here's the catch: you can't half-step this. You can't dip your toes in the water and expect transformation. You either dive in or you stay on the shore watching other people live their conviction while you scroll your life away. And isn't that the real sickness of our time? Watching instead of living, consuming instead of creating, talking instead of doing. You've got people spending hours judging a woman for what she wears, but they can't even look in the mirror and judge their own wasted potential. That's the hypocrisy, that's the disease. And I'll tell you something else, the world isn't going to reward you for standing strong. It'll punish you, it'll laugh at you, it'll isolate you. But if you endure that, if you carry that without folding, you earn a strength no one can take. You earn the kind of peace money can't buy, attention can't fake, and comfort can't touch. That's the real win, that's the real treasure. So here's what I'm saying, stop waiting, stop doubting, stop letting fear make your choices. Look at the women who live discipline every single day, Muslim or Christian or whatever label you want to throw, and see them for what they are, warriors disguised as ordinary people. And then ask yourself, why not me? Why can't I build that? Why can't I commit like that? Why can't I be the one who carries a truth so heavy that even when the world pushes, I don't move? Because you can. You just have to decide, that's it. Decide today, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, today. Build one unshakable thing in your life and protect it like your soul depends on it, because it does. That's how you build conviction. That's how you build power. That's how you build the kind of freedom the world can't touch. So when this ends, don't just nod along and forget about it. Don't just say, yeah, that was deep, and then go back to the same distractions. Do something, one action, one choice, one step. That's all it takes to start. And once you start, don't stop, don't fold, don't back down. That's the challenge, that's the dare. That's the call. And if there's one thing you take from all of this, let it be this: strength is not inherited, it's built. Conviction is not gifted, it's earned. And freedom is not the absence of rules, it's the presence of discipline. The women who carry their faith, who walk their path no matter who's watching, they've already shown you the blueprint. Now it's your turn. So stop hiding, stop shrinking, stop waiting for permission. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you dream about. You either rise now, or you stay chained forever. And I promise you, comfort will not save you. Ease will not fulfill you. Only courage will, only discipline will, only truth will. So stand up, plant your feet, decide who the hell you are and what you stand for. Don't just talk about it, live it, breathe it, carry it until it becomes who you are. And when the world tests you, and it will smile, because you were built for the wait. This is your moment. This is your fight. And the only question left is, are you going to take it, or are you going to waste it? Because the clock's ticking and the world doesn't wait. Choose now.